Well, good morning. It is July 1st, day 55 on the trail for me. Had a good night at the Velvet Rocks shelter area. It was just great weather last night. It was cool, a little breezy, got good sleep. And it's just, I don't know, maybe it's probably about 6:20 right now. And I'm following a blue blaze back out to the trail. So this connects, right, so blue blazes are trails that shoot off of the main trail, the white blazes. And so I'm following a blue blaze right now to get back onto the trail. All right, give me a second here. It's a little more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, so this blue blaze left the trail, the AT, and is now connected back to the trail. Yeah, so there's our sign. I just reconnected with AT North. There we go. All right, so now I'm back on the main trail. Plan today is a little over 15 miles to another shelter area called Trapper John Shelter. Thought that was funny. Right, character from MASH. I don't know that it's named after that. There might have been another hiker who went by that name, and I don't know. Maybe I'll find out why it's called Trapper John when I get there. Looks to be a few peaks in the way. About 4,000 feet of elevation gain over the day. So it's a good amount of hiking up. And a couple of sites. So just keep walking. All right, as always, if I see anything interesting, I will grab a picture or some video. But here's what the trail looks like. So I made it up to the south peak of Moose Mountain, and I got a view roughly to the southeast. That body of water is called Goose Pond. Decided to stop at the Moose Mountain shelter for a little bit, just to grab some lunch. And it's a pretty straightforward shelter, but it's got a good view and a bench. Look at that. Well, I made it to Moose Mountain North Peak, and well, there's where I'm headed on the trail. Here's a bunch of trees, and here's where I came from on the trail. No view whatsoever. Oh well. Move on. I came down a little bit in elevation, and I've got something of a view here. It's not horrible. It's a little bit after 1 o'clock. I've got 3 miles left, but within those 3 miles is a over 1,000 foot climb, and then some descent to the shelter area. It's been a great day. I mean, as far as weather, it's been cool and breezy. A little cloudy, but great hiking weather. Ran into Tortoise again today, and sounded like he was going to try and get much further today than what I'm doing. He was going to try and do 11 miles beyond what I'm doing today. I mean, I'm planning, he's trying to go to a shelter that I'm thinking of going to tomorrow. But yeah, if he can do it, that's great for him. And I haven't really seen a whole lot. There's been a few other day hikers and people like running the trail. It's been very quiet today. I haven't run into a lot of people. All right, well, I think I've got one more view coming up. It'll be on the descent after the climb at Holt's Ledge, I think is the name of it. So I'll probably pick back up there. For now, here's what the trail looks like. All right, so I've gone up the last climb and come down a little bit, and got a great view here, looking, I think, to the east. Not sure the name of any of these peaks, but there's a bunch of them. Went a little bit further, and there's another little ledge here with a view more towards the northeast, and I think that is Smart's Mountain, and I might be climbing that tomorrow. And then further on, oh gosh, I forgot the name of this one. I think I'm climbing that maybe the next day. Right there. Now it's probably a big house, but it looks little from here. All right, so made it to the shelter area. The Trapper John. I can't tell if it has anything to do with MASH or if it's just, some other name and it just happens to be the same. It's a nice shelter, not too much to it. It's pretty busy. I think there's probably about 10 people here. So what's coming up next is we really start getting into some mountains. Tomorrow I have a significant climb and descent. So it's looking like it's only going to be about 12 miles tomorrow, because to get to a shelter. The next shelter is another mountain and another 9 miles. So that's just too much. So it's looking to be just, 12 miles tomorrow, over, I think that's Smart Mountain or Smarts Mountain, um, tomorrow. But today was, it was that the last climb up was fairly challenging, and but then I got some good views, which helps, right? It's nice to have, when you're doing the climbs, it's nice to have a reward at the end. And so I really do appreciate it when there's a view after you do that climb. So the next few days, I really start getting into the mountains. Um, Pretty much the next 4 days, really, I think there's a significant climb on each day. So it's gonna be challenging. I sort of think of everything I've done so far has been, training for what's about to happen. These next these next few weeks are going to be very difficult, and I'm excited for the challenge, and I think I'm up for it, and I just gotta do it. Just gotta keep putting the one foot in front of the other. Um, so we'll see. All right. Well, as always, if you've stuck through to the end, I appreciate it, and I will see you again tomorrow on the trail.